In the last video, we have seen what we mean by consumer behavior, and at the same time, we have understood why do we even need to study consumer behavior. Concurrently, we knew what are the different factors, both internal and external, which influences the behavior of consumers, and overall, what does consumers play a role in the entire marketing decision process. Now, this video is going to cover the consumers' attitudes and thought processes which goes behind their decision-making behavior. So remember, as we mentioned in the last video, consumer behavior actually comprises of two main structures. Part of it is psychological, the other part is more behavioral. In the psychological side, we go into the psychology of the consumers, and it consists mainly of a cognitive part and a affective part. In the cognitive part, we have to think about the situation where a consumer doesn't yet know what the product is all about. What are the different options available? What are the characteristics of the product? So he goes ahead and tries to find more information about the product. Once he knows the product's characteristics and the prices and the features, he is going to the next stage of the decision process, which is more effective. That is, he starts liking certain features of the product, certain prices and characteristics of the product, so he slowly develops his preferences. Once the preferences are developed, this is where the consumer is ready to go to a store, maybe it's a physical store, or maybe he goes online to make the actual purchase. And this is what the behavioral stage is all about. So the consumer goes to the store, buys the product, and takes it home. But remember, it's not only about the buying process, but is the consumer using the product, and after use, is he liking the product? So if the consumer uses the product and likes the product, he may be going back to the store once again and purchase the product once more. And that's how, by purchasing the product repeatedly over many periods, the consumer slowly becomes loyal to the product or maybe to the brand. Finally, if the consumer is liking the product, he might actually try to recommend the product to his friends, to his family, and other people he knows. Of course, if these guys are also in the market trying to look for this product, they will first look at the consumer's recommendations and try to see whether they actually like the product or they want to know more information about the product. Once they like the product, they might go ahead and purchase the product themselves. That is how the entire marketing decision process works. That is, a consumer recommends the product to his friends and family, they buy it, and that is overall very beneficial to the marketers because they can then sell more products and thereby increase their profitability. Remember, when we talked about the consumers' buying behavior, it's important that the marketer remembers to maximize his profitability. Of course, the consumer's satisfaction is primary, but at the end of the day, the marketer is looking forward towards maximizing his profitability. So this is what the consumer's thought processes and attitudes perspective look like. In the next video, we'll go into the actual thoughts which comes to consumer's mind when he explores different options and then go on to the actual purchase behavior.